Hello YouTube, this is Amy's Bro, and oh boy do we have a lot to talk about. Where do we want to begin? Well, how about we talk about wrestling videos? So I did my first wrestling video in, I won't say ever, but in a long time. And I don't know if I'm going to do them again. Or if I'm going to do the wrestling video, what I'm going to do probably, I'm not going to do recaps of like Raw, SmackDown, or TNA. Although to be honest, Impact needs someone who can look at that show objectively, to be honest. Because I don't know if there's many people in the quote-unquote internet wrestling community that can literally look at that show objectively without ripping it to shreds or ripping the company to shreds. But if I do any wrestling-based videos, what I may do is talk about wrestlers that I remember watching as a kid, or educating you by educating myself in some ways about some of the wrestlers from Japan that came to the US, excuse me, or wrestlers in Japan that are pretty famous that you should know about. One wrestler, actually there's two wrestlers I really want to do. Alright, three. Yeah, no, this got long real quick, didn't it? Akira Hokuto, Kensuke Sasaki, and Jushin Liger are three I really want to do. What we're going to do is, I'm going to, when I do the videos, if I do them, I'm going to give you a history on the wrestler, the titles they held, and so forth. And I'm also going to spotlight 3 matches that I've watched. Now, generally, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to watch about 3 matches anyway. But I'm going to show you 3 matches from their career. And not in any particular order. It'll just be 3 matches with links in the descriptions so you can watch them. And let me know if you enjoy watching the matches from Japan and so forth. Okay? Not necessarily saying we're going to focus strictly on the women wrestling, but that may be inadvertently a focus. I'm going to say. So there's that. Okay. Next. Next involves... oh dear. Oh. This. This stack that is sitting right over here is every game that I picked out that I wanted to review for. There's just one small problem. See, I recently got the DLC for this. The 2 side stories, which are Nitemare North Point and the Year of the Snake. The one I'm currently finishing, or getting ready to finish, I think, is Nitemare North Point. So that one's going to get reviewed probably, I'm hoping, later today. If not later today, it will get reviewed this week, and there's a train coming out my window. So yeah, there's that. Now, I know I promised Rising or Vengeance. A couple things. One was, obviously, me downloading the DLC for this thing, which I was going to do anyway, but I didn't think I was going to get hooked on it. Second thing is, I got stuck severely on a part in the second mission on this thing. So this is going to be waiting just a little while. So I'm not like blowing a gasket on the damn thing. Hopefully I'm wearing my controller in the meantime. So, you know that you're going to get a review for this game eventually. and the Nitemare North point of view on this one. Right. Now I get to show you every other game I picked out that I'm going to do a review for at some point on the PS3. Ready? First one I'm going to show you is a game I recently picked up, and yes, my willpower sucks. Tales of Grace's F. Then we go Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Dante's Inferno, Divine Edition. Resonance of Fate. Yes, I'm actually going to tempt fate and try and beat this game for a review purpose. Dead or Alive 5. This will not get a review until I finish the story mode. So anybody that's expecting me just to review the game based off the one-on-one fighting, not happening. These are not, by the way, these Yakuza games are not in order. Yakuza 4, Dead Souls, and 3. Okay, so they're in reverse order. Bite me. The God of War saga. The thing about this one is what we're doing is they're going to be done in chronological order. Starting from the first game in the chronological order before Ascension came out. So do not tell me that such and such that Ascension was actually first, because according to this, it's not. Yes, I know it is technically, but that's going to be ignored for the purposes of reviews on that game, on that thing. LA Noire started this up again because I have all the DLC cases, and we'll be reviewing the game accordingly when it is finished. I may not review it right after I do the main story, but we'll see. Star Ocean Last Hope International. If I still have my Xbox 360, you'll be getting this review for the Xbox 360 version. And Last Rebellion for the PS3. Okay. You see everything I just showed you? That's every goddamn game that I picked that I'm going to do a review for at some point. So, yes. That's going to keep me busy for a little while. However, the RPG samples are going to continue. There will be one today. I just don't know what game I'm going to do yet. There will also be some more Let's Play stuff coming up, because we have to continue Dragon Warrior 4, and that will be continued. Mother 2, the 2 Oni games, and I also have recently downloaded Dark Law, The Meaning of Death, but that's going to actually, for that we're going to do an LCO, Let's Check Out on it. So we got that for a Let's Check Out, because I want to show you that game. It was a never before released in America, in North America. And it is actually the sequel to a game that came out on the Famicom called Dark Lord. Okay. Oddly enough, the game has a very cryptic title. Dark Law, The Meaning of Death. Yeah. So you're going to get an LCO on that game. What we're going to do for that game. And I'm going to give you 30 minutes as if it was an RPG Maker sample. And you'll get to see that game. Because I really want to do that game for you. But I'm also going to do at some point the English translation of the dual cart Dragon Warriors 1 and 2 for the Super Famicom. These are the English translations. There's going to be a grave difference between the Super Famicom, well, not a grave difference, but there's going to be a big difference between the Super Famicom and the Famicom versions. So, I just want to make that perfectly clear that when I do those games, you may notice that there's names change and everything. And yes, the Super Famicom version of Dragon Warrior 2 is the game that was infamous with Tail64 when he did his Revenge Month on his page. Not that, well, now it's a while ago, but you get the idea. So that's going to be a fun game to do, because that game was hard as balls on the NES anyways. I mean, it was harder than fuck, man. Anywho. So, that's every game that I plan on bringing to the channel, either in a review, or a let's play, or continuing a let's play, or a sample, or a checkout, or something. Like I said, the samples continue today. There will hopefully be, if I'm not like by the end of the day, there will hopefully be a review on Nitemare North Point today for Sleeping Dogs. That's one of my big goals for today, is to get this knocked out for that. Eventually I will do Year of the Snake, but I'm not planning on doing that right away because I got so much other shit to do, as I showed you. But the big question I want to know from you guys, one question I want to know from you guys is, would you be interested in the wrestling style videos that I want to bring to the channel? And is there a game that you would like to see me do a let's play for? Preferably, if possible, an RPG, because this way I can use the keyboard and I don't have to worry about having a gamepad. If there is a game you'd like to see me do a let's play for, I'm not going to force it, but I would prefer either the NES or the Super NES, because those are the two I have emulators for currently. You have a great evening. I'm out of breath now. I had so much to talk about. It's not even funny. And one other thing real quick. We had snow here today, and it actually shut work down. was at work at 9 o'clock. Work started about 9:30. 20 minutes later, they said, "You're going home." Okay, great. So we all did. But anyway, you have your homework assignment. You'll take it easy. Good night.